Good morning. Today I want to talk to you about the Kraken NR 1200 dive light. We recently invested in 2 of these, and I will tell you why. Because we certainly don't like to add to the environment. We don't like to put a lot of plastic in the environment and keep trading out dive gear, but after a while we realized it was time for an upgrade. I'll show you what we had been using. This is my Princeton dive light, and it weighs about 2 pounds, a little bit over 2 pounds once you fill it up with batteries. And of course, batteries, you have to keep buying more. And we knew we were headed on a cruise and also some more diving, and we didn't want to have such a large light that we were taking with us. It takes up a lot of space in luggage, plus weighs a lot, and it's a lot when you're hanging it on your BCD. It's flopping around, and we were kind of wanting something a little bit more compact. And I will show you Bill's light. This one has been the best light ever. This is by Pelican, and yeah, I know it looks like a big it's like it could pull speeders over on the side of the highway. This weighs over 3 pounds once it's loaded up with 8 batteries, and it's got all sorts of really great features. This handle slides forward and back. You can change where you want the handle. It's got a locking mechanism. It's got great places to connect everything, and it's just been a great light. And of course, Pelican stands by their products. It's got a rail on the top where you can add more accessories, and he has had a couple times where it's flooded and they've replaced it, no questions asked. So it's been a great light, but this is really big to fit into luggage. And so we were down at 4C Scuba in Riviera Beach. We were looking at the Krakens, and we decided to go ahead and go with them. So I'm going to show you. They come in a box like this, and then inside the box was a little pouch. And I was a little bit pleased with the pouch because it meant this is somewhere where I can keep it and know exactly what's in here. And actually, I have a lot of things in here. The first thing in here is the water activated dive light that I showed you in a video recently. I'll leave that link below. These are the greatest things ever. And yes, it's in 2 Ziplocs that I'm reusing over and over and over because it is so touchy. It lights up as soon as it has any water on it. The next thing in here is from my Princeton set, is my Princeton dive light. And this was, when I was carrying this one for my primary, this was the backup in my BCD. Now this one is my backup, and it does use regular batteries, but the new one, you are really gonna like this. This is the new one. Look at that, it's got a blue ring around the outside. I did swap out and put, I believe this is a different lanyard on it because I wanted something a little bit stiffer that I could get my hand through easily, and of course added a hook like that. And let me show you. Inside here were a couple more surprises. The bag is set up so that, oh yeah, they come with extra O-rings. The bag is set up so that the light goes in here, but there's also a special pouch for the lithium battery. And this is really a surprising thing. I was not all that aware of the batteries that you simply plug into the battery to charge it. I was used to dealing with carrying along a charger, so this is all you have to take. So if you've got a micro USB cable, and all of mine are labeled because I need to know exactly which item I've got. These are, what a surprise. Who knew that you could plug directly into the battery? What an interesting concept. And this means that I'm not carrying a charger around. And when you're traveling and you have a couple different items, you could end up carrying 4 or 5 different chargers around because each of them is specific to the item. In this case, I'm just carrying micro USB. Another consideration was we were headed to dive in Cuba, and we weren't sure if we could get more batteries very easily. And so this became my backup light, and the Kraken my primary light. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works. We use a silicone grease on all of our dive equipment so that it's a little bit more watertight. We always take batteries out also. It goes together pretty easily, just like that. And it has several different modes. see 3 different modes right there, and it has a very distinctive blue light around here, and then also this lets you know how your battery is. If you get into the yellow or into the red, then it's getting lower and lower, and so it gives you a little bit of a warning. If you're using it on high and you start to realize that it's going low, then you would just switch to a lower brightness. This lasts for about an hour and a half, and I haven't had it underwater that long. I've only used it for about an hour for a night dive, and it didn't seem to lose anything at all. So that's the NR 1200. We went ahead and sprung for the slightly more expensive version just because of the longer battery life and because the rechargeable batteries. There are a couple versions of this that are like a 600 to 700, some things like that, and a little bit less lumens. We wanted the brighter lumens. It's got a nice, you could use this as a tool at the end. It's metal, it's nice, well made. Everything about it's just really great quality. In fact, we liked it so much that after we got 2 of these, I splurged, and for Bill, I got him the Hydra dive light for the camera, and I'm not going to review that yet because he hasn't used it often enough to definitely say that he loves it, so we'll hold off on that. Okay, for the weight differences, here it is. Here's the lineup. The Kraken weighs about 6 ounces with the batteries and even with my clip on it. My Princeton light with batteries in it weighs about 2 pounds. And the Pelican with the batteries in it weighs over 3 pounds. So that was another huge consideration with going with a smaller, lighter. And the other thing is this one fits into my BCD pocket and this one doesn't. So the difference is the Kraken light weighs 6 ounces, less than half a pound. Oh, and I just wanted to add, because I forgot to mention this, that Kraken includes a caution. You probably have some questions about lithium batteries, and their caution says incorrectly charging battery may cause battery or components to overheat. Overheating may result in fire or explosion of the battery. Always wear safety glasses when using the battery charger. Charge battery in an open area away from combustibles. Should the battery be mishandled, dropped, or damaged in any way, do not recharge. Recycle or discard correctly. Follow your government guidelines. I thought that was pretty interesting. I had not heard about wearing safety glasses when using the battery charger before. So we are being ultra careful with all of our lithium batteries, and that's another reason why I really like the pouch, because I could just pop this into my carry-on luggage and bring it with me, and we always store our lights with the batteries out of them just to make sure that there are mainly that the flashlight does not get left on and expire its battery before we get to the place where we're going to dive. So a couple other things just for grins. I picked up some dive tables to do some refresher, and I got some fun books. Check this one out. Did you know that there's a different hand signal for every type of shark out there? There is. And another thing I'm doing is, it's been a couple years since I took my first course, and so I'm reviewing through the Nowie book, and then I'm going to go through the Patty book. These are just the open water books. You would be amazed how many things that you forget over time. And I just want to review, and then I want to, of course, compare and see what the two programs are like, see what the similarities and differences are. So this was the Kraken dive light. This is the NR 1200. And so far we have been absolutely pleased with it. It's held up great. It's fantastic quality. And it's not all that often that I like to really truly recommend something after I've only used it 4 or 5 times, but so far this has been really great. It's exceeded our expectations, and I'm really enjoying using it. So that's all for today. Please like, share, subscribe, and I've got some more coming up. Let's see, we've got some dives coming up, some more reviews, and I will talk to you later. Thanks, bye.